Hey, my name is Tashay West.
And I'm Moses Mosley.
And this is our epic Walking Dead review. First of all, I would like to say thank you so much to Atlanta Movie Tours. They are so amazing for allowing us to use their space to do our reviews. Okay. It is amazing.
It is epically awesome.
And if you all are interested at all in touring some great movie sites in Georgia, like scenes from The Walking Dead or The Hunger Games, please go to atlantamovietours.com and check them out. Also, if you comment, like, and subscribe to this video, we are giving away a free pair of Atlanta Movie Tours tickets. So make sure you comment, the horse had to die, like that. And I was like, I'm gonna be so mad if this horse dies, like how the first horse did. But that's the only thing that could have happened to me. I was like, either they gonna eat this horse, or they're not gonna. I don't know. I just saw it, but I liked how the horse for Daryl represented almost humanity, almost, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's sad that the fact that, you know, it was a representation and how it just got ripped apart like that. That makes me think that, okay, not only did the horse just die, but a part of his belief died with it, you know?
Well, I feel like the horse situation represented his life. He got close to something, and when he got close to it and tried to contain it, the walkers ripped it apart and destroyed it. Right. So I just feel like that just represented everything in his life right now. So it was a cool part. I think the theme this episode was really family and showcasing what people think is family, and what family means to people. And I think that horse situation really hit home for Daryl, but it didn't make him give up on family. If anything, it helped him get closer to Aaron. Right. So now, okay, we then go to Dina's. That's her name? Deanna?
Deanna.
Is it?
Deanna?
Okay, now we go to the party scene.
Right.
And, you know, it was kind of like, this is where the ABC show really took off. You know, I just felt like everybody was coming into the party dressed nicely. They looked good. It just seemed like a normal house party. How'd you feel?
I pretty much felt the same way. It was really funny to see everybody in that kind of element, because it's like they're coming from being dirty and on the run and not knowing what a shower feels like anymore, you know, and now they get to dress up and act like they're normal people again. It
was weird.
Yeah, it was like really strange. Yeah.
But, you know, it was nice to see them actually be able to, you know, get some rest and have a little fun, you know, before I'm sure everything is gonna go downhill sooner or later. It
always is. It wouldn't be a show if it wasn't. You know? It wouldn't be The Walking Dead if something terrible didn't happen.
Yeah, because somebody has to die.
Somebody's got it.
And then it was cool to see that the leader's husband was as smart as her.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just don't trust them for some reason. But I don't think everybody in that town, or maybe they are. But I don't know. Maybe they are. Maybe they're evil.
I'm thinking that he feels threatened by Rick. And I think that's really what it is for him. He doesn't want to lose his wife. And I think that he sees Rick and he sees like him as a threat to his marriage and his home environment. And as a result, you know, most men, even myself, like if I'm seeing this guy and he's warming up to my wife, I'm going to feel some type of way as well. You know, and I understand where he's coming from. The fact that he's remaining as civil as he is really shows his strength as a man, you know, because me, like, I would just been looking at him and just like waiting for that other shoe to drop, and then I would have checked her, you know. And
then Rick is just doing the most, though. He's falling in love with his woman, and the kiss, I was like, that was worse than a zombie eating the girl.
Really?
Because this gets into the real life drama of the real world, and for Rick to have gone through so much with his family, to do the same thing potentially to another family, but then I also feel like she's playing him. I just feel like she's in the perfect situation. She's in the perfect position. It's almost being set up, and maybe that she's a test for Rick, and maybe Alexandria is doing some weird psychological thing. I don't know.
Wow, now that's a good one, because I didn't even think that she was actually, you know, trying to test him like that. That could be it. Because
if you're trying to audition somebody to come into your society, and you're gonna have this videotape to get to know people, but you don't want people who are gonna ruin families that are already together, who are gonna steal weapons, who are not going to be trustworthy. You want people who are going to abide by the situation and live together in a great, in a happy family type of way.
And I can understand that because
So if she ends up sleeping with this with Rick, then that's just going to ruin her family. So what is that going to happen? What's that going to do to the whole community as a whole?
It's pretty much going to cause it to implode. You know, everybody's going to like not trust each other.
Disengage,
Pretty soon it's going to be nothing anymore,
Then everybody's just going to start sleeping with each other. It's
going to be a free for all.
Which is maybe not a bad thing.
Right?
But then, so where is the priest at? Like, where did he go?
I don't know. Like, that's one question I've been asking since the last episode. You know, like he doesn't seem to appear himself, but I'm thinking he's gonna make an appearance in the next show.
I'm guessing he's in the cathedral.
I'm thinking so. That's the best guess. You know, I think he's in the church. Because it seemed like before they got there, he lost his faith. You know, because he threw it. Because he pretty much just said he gave up. You know, when he had the exchange with Maggie.
Yeah.
And I think he's really trying to reconnect with his faith now. He doesn't want to reconnect with others until he can reconnect with himself. And I think
we'll see. Or either he's been eaten alive or trapped in some kind of dungeon type of area.
Something bad has to happen.
Okay, so let's talk about this Carol scene.
I'm talking
Carol
about
is a badass.
Freddy Krueger, Carol. You know, it's like I don't know anymore.
She was a mess. That was horrible.
Creeped me out. I mean, you go from going to asking a kid if he wanted some cookies to basically saying she's gonna kill him. She's gonna tie him up to a tree, let walkers feed on him. Nobody's gonna know where he is.
Monsters are gonna eat you.
Like, who does that? Like, how do you bring?
She's a badass. She did it. She did that. She did that scene. She did that.
A-class acting.
That was a good scene. I felt like that was.
I felt like I was the kid.
Yeah.
Like, I was like slowly just sinking into myself. Like, oh God, she's gonna do it.
I just was sad for that poor kid.
But
then I don't trust that kid because why are you following her? Why are you following her through a window? I would see that if I seen somebody sneak into a window, I would at least go tell my mom then, not go follow her into the window and just slowly see what she's doing. That was creepy. So that kid maybe has an agenda. And how did he get out of that party so fast to search for the cookies? You know, I don't know.
You asked the right questions because I didn't even think about all that. I was just scared for him, you know.
Yeah, it didn't make no sense. I felt like he needed that. If anything, he should have had it right then. I love kids though, so. But he was following her. I didn't trust it. I didn't trust it at all. It was freaky, you know.
Yeah, that was really.
So I understood Carol's actions, you know. And now let me see. Okay, we forgot about the W on the walker's head. What does that mean?
I'm not sure if it was a W. I'm thinking it was an M.
It was a W because it was upside down.
I'm thinking he probably wrote it like an M. Well, I hope it's Morgan. Put it like that. I hope the M means Morgan, and he's trying to let Rick know he's en route. You know, that's what I'm hoping. Because I can't think of what a W could possibly stand for. But I guess I'm just holding on to hope that it's Morgan getting close to them, and he's going to link back up with them. Because if he connects with the group, I think that can make them stronger.
We'll see. I don't know. I have no idea what that could be. I have no idea.
Because if you also saw, like, on the street sign, it said Morgan. And I'm thinking that could be Morgan trying to let them know that he's en route, and he could actually be a part of Alexandria.
And they don't know?
And they don't know, yeah.
Okay, I can see that, because there are a lot of people we haven't met yet.
Right.
Still, but I don't know. I feel like it's something else. I feel like it's some secret situation. And also what I felt weird was that A that they had stamped on their hands.
Yeah, that made me...
It reminded me of...
Holocaust or something like that.
The Scarlet Letter. Right. The Scarlet Letter is when, I forget the name of the character, but she had to wear a on her shirt because she was
an adulteress.
Yeah, she was an adulteress. So I don't know if that had anything to do, if that was like some kind of alluding to this story, but it was interesting to see that.
Yeah.
But I liked how the episode pretty much ended off, though. It was like Michonne had no sword, Daryl had no gun. Oh, go back. So is Daryl gay?
I don't think he is. I don't think he is.
I felt like they were. I was feeling like they were juxtaposing these two characters together, and it was just interesting because the fans have been asking this for a long time. So for these characters to begin to know each other and them to be helping Daryl find himself almost, and find the family.
And I don't want to think it's that, because honestly, like, I just think that just shows his strength as a character. Like, he doesn't judge people. You know, it's like he can look past.
I mean, yeah, you could say you don't want to think of it, but it just makes sense in the storyline. Like, for the only people in Alexandria for him to connect with, and then for what have the fans been asking this whole time, it just makes sense in the writing. I don't know. I don't know what they're building us up.
Don't do it.
I don't know what Daryl is building us up for, but it just seems like he's gonna have his own awakening and find something out. It might not be that he's gay, but it might be that these people are like helping him to understand himself better. But something's going on with that, and the writers are doing something with that, which is interesting. But like I said, I liked how the whole episode ended in general. Like, I liked that Daryl had no gun, Michonne had no sword, and then Rick was just, I don't know what was going on with him.
Rick, he's having a little bit of a shame moment going on, because like in the end scene where he pretty much, you know, said hey to Jessie, and then when he saw her husband put his arm around her, it like he looked insane.
Like he wanted to kill him.
He grabbed his gun like he was basically about to shoot him. And when I saw that happen, I'm like, okay, Rick, he's turning into Shane now. You know, he's like pretty much claiming somebody else's wife, you know. And it's like, I don't like where Rick is headed. I think he needs to come back. He needs to face reality and say, hey, I don't want to go down this route. This isn't right. And I'm just hoping he gets to that point, you know.
I particularly liked when they were walking into the gate, they all walked their separate ways, which showed to me that it was a separation of the group, or even of their tight-knit family of themselves, and that Alexandria was actually working to separate them.
Yeah,
I don't know if you noticed that, but I think in the next couple of episodes, we're going to see that separation increase dramatically, because that was the main people who were together. They were like, it's just between us three. Don't tell nobody else. They already separated themselves from everybody else, you know, in the group. Now they're internally, themselves are going to be separated. One, because Carol wants to keep with this whole her act. Right. Rick is, you know, being an adulteress pretty much. And Daryl is, you know, finding himself.
In more ways than one.
Yeah, so they're separating and finding their own storylines and finding their own lives. But it's going to be interesting to see what pulls them back together, because something has to happen. This can't be a ABC episode.
Exactly right. It's going to be a death or a series of deaths that brings everybody back to reality, you know.
And then the last scene, I just thought that was it was a cool representation that the walker couldn't get through the fence. Yeah. And it was like, this is real life, this is life now, and that was his old life. And that was his fence that just protects him from that.
Like he has to have that separation between the two.
And I felt like at that moment, Rick bought into Alexandria.